Hello. A few months ago I posted a video called 1980s style synth bass arpeggio techniques, and several people have asked me to go a little bit more in depth on how to connect the equipment. I was using a Roland Juno 60 for the bass synth and a Roland TR-707 for the drum machine. So I've got the same setup tonight, and we're going to go through how to set it up. Okay, here is the setup, the Roland TR-707 and the Roland Juno 60, and it's really simple to connect the two. All you need is one of these cables. So the cable you need, on one hand it should have a mono TS 1/4 inch jack, just your standard typical guitar plug or instrument cable, and on the other side of the cable you want to have a mini 1/8 inch plug. Also, as a note, some people have asked, are you using MIDI to trigger the synth in the drum machine? And the answer is no, although the Juno came right before the MIDI protocol came out. So I had another proprietary Roland data transmission protocol called DCB. Data Communication Bus, I believe it stands for. But yeah, my Juno 60, I have this MD8 MIDI to DCB converter, so I could use MIDI, but for this type of application we simply use the Rimshot trigger from the TR-707. Okay, let's take a look at the back of the TR-707. Okay, as you can see, the TR-707 has a 1/8 inch output called rim trig out. So we just plug the 1/8 inch there, and let's take a look at the back of the Juno 60 now. And as you can see, the Juno 60 has an input called arpeggio clock in, so all we need to do is to plug the other end of the cable into the arpeggio clock in on the Juno 60. Okay, now we're ready to play. Alright, this is the setup. There's a TR-707 on the left, the Juno 60 also on the left, and also on the right side I'm gonna use a Korg DW8000 to play chords, just to make this demonstration a little bit more interesting, sonically speaking. Okay, the way it works, it's very simple. I already showed it in the other video, but let's recap a little bit. So basically let's say on the TR-707 we have a simple rhythm here, just bass, drum and snare like this. If we wanted to trigger the arpeggiator in 8s, all we need to do is to call up the Rimshot, which is muted right now. Just bring the volume of the Rimshot up, and you will hear that there is a Rimshot in 8s, like this. Now when you turn on the arpeggiator on the Roland Juno 60, the arpeggiator will be triggered by those 8 notes on the metronome, on the Rimshot, like this. Then you may want to lower the volume of the Rimshot to have a normal track. Then you can play with the envelope just to have different shapes of the bass sound. that it's entirely to taste. If you wanted to do a little bit of a 80s style pattern, you could play something like this. Okay, now let's vary the rim shot pattern. Let's program 16th notes instead of 8 notes. So you would have, on the same pattern like this, you would have a 16th note trigger rim shot like this. And again, the arpeggiator, if you engage the arpeggiator, will follow the 16th notes, like this. And again, you may want to lower the volume down of the rim shot to have a typical bass line of the 1980s. Add another synthesizer, in this case from the DW8000, and you could get something like this. And of course, the rim shot trigger doesn't have to be in straight 8s or 16s, but the imagination is your limit here. You can program any pattern that you like. For instance, if you wanted to do a little bit of late 80s style music, house music, something with a beat like this, and with a rim shot pattern like this, the arpeggiator bass line would follow it, and it would sound something like this. Now I could also add some hi-hat and perhaps claps, just to give it a little bit more 1980s Roland TR-707 vibe, something like this. And we'll remove the rim shot, play the pattern from the drum machine. To remind our ears, the rim shot pattern bass was like this. And we'll remove the rim shot, and we add an organ, house organ from the DW8000, and you might get something like this. clearly these three are just simple patterns that you can create. You can create a lot more. You can experiment with your own patterns from the Rimshot and come up with really cool stuff. I hope this clears a little bit and adds on to the previous video. That's all for tonight. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.